Most spray foam contractors don't own a business, they own a job. What does it actually take to build a successful spray foam company? It's more than just spraying butter or installing great insulation. Hi, I'm Robert Niney, your spray foam advisor and the guy in the Hawaiian shirt. I wear the Hawaiian shirt as a symbol of freedom and flexibility, something that all business owners should want to achieve. You know how most SPF contractors start their business because of their technical skills, but they have no plan for growth? There's no consistency because decisions in their business are made on the fly. They are just trying to get through the day. And they are spread too thin because they do everything themselves. Well, what I do is help SPF contractors like that measure profitability, identify the key activities that drive success in their business, and create a game plan that develops consistency and growth. Let's get into it. All companies, regardless of size, have a few critical functions they have to implement to create success. Let's take a look at 6 parts of your spray foam business, along with the purpose and processes of each in a little map that I call the business bullseye. Most business owners start their business because of their product or service. They have specialized knowledge or skills and decide to go into business for themselves, focusing on operations. And their talent is good. And that's great because the first rule of operations is to wow your customers and give them an excellent experience so they become repeat buyers and send you referrals. But no matter how good they are at what they do not get to do it until they have customers. Furthermore, many of these business owners end up being an employee of their business, which is okay and often expected in the beginning, but it should not be the end goal of an owner to be merely self-employed. We move on to marketing, where before a business gets to deliver their product or service, they have to find customers. And for most of these businesses, this starts with the basic process of marketing, or taking people from not knowing you to knowing who you are and what you do. This can sometimes be an awkward moment for a business owner to realize that he is really in the business of attraction and needs to identify his ideal customer. Where do they hang out? Where do they find their information? What are their pains, challenges, motivations, goals, aspirations, etc.? And what messages will engage them and get them to take action? And then we move to sales. Once the business generates interest, for example, from an advertisement, a presentation, or a trade show, there must be a simple conversion process that takes the prospect through a step-by-step sales cycle. The goal here is getting the prospect to a yes. The best salesmen take their prospects on a journey through several key phases. Know, like, and trust, asking questions to identify their problem, proposing a solution to their problem, offering a clear and concise call to action. Now, every business has to develop their own sales process given their available resources. But if you include these components in your sales process and master these methods, you will increase your closings and generate more business. Remember, if you understand your prospect situation and perceived problem and can get them to trust you at 100% before offering your call to action and asking for their business, you will complete the transaction much more often than if they only trust you at 50%. And then we have the administrative part of the business. Once your marketing efforts are producing more and more prospects and your sales efforts are moving them through your perfect sales process and delivering them to your production team, and then you're amazing them with your outstanding product or service, you are on your way to creating a thriving, successful business. All other functions are typically part of the admin function: finance, accounting, legal, etc. So this is where you take care of the bills, where you keep the lights on and your doors open. And it is critical that you have good people on your side in these areas of the business. It will save you time and money in the long run. And we have the general manager. The general manager oversees all functions of the business and reports directly to the owner, tracking the sales and marketing numbers like incoming contacts, qualified leads, quotes, sales presentations, and closed sales. And then they manage the production, looking at output and delivery of your product or service, looking at material costs, labor, waste, production schedule, and logistics, and overseeing the admin tasks and responsibilities to make sure the company continues to operate and is growing. Often the general manager role is filled by the owner in the beginning, and it is up to him to develop and create systems and processes to automate and systematize the business so he can replace himself in the future when he is ready. And finally, the owner. Owners get to keep the general manager on track. They benefit from the success of the company in the form of profits. This is their reward for taking the risk in starting the business. And they have to course correct when the business falters. If an owner approaches the creation of their business with the end in mind, they can develop and create simple systems and processes that operate without them so that when the time is right, they no longer have to work in the business and can still have an income stream from the business. When most owners start their business, they are involved in all aspects of the organization, often being the key employee making decisions for the entire entity, sometimes creating a bottleneck. If they're out of commission or otherwise unavailable, these businesses may come to a screeching halt if others are not empowered with systems and processes to help them make decisions. An owner has the prerogative to employ themselves and work in the business for as long as they want to. But if this is his goal, then he is merely self-employed, and down the road he may discover that the business actually owns him and not the other way around. However, the keen owner has a goal of developing a business that can run without his or her daily involvement, and he can benefit from the profits generated by the systems he has in place, whether or not he is physically involved. This is the essence of leverage and residual income, and this is how many successful entrepreneurs have created their lifestyles. Now, these 6 parts of your spray foam business are critical, and they have to work together like a finely tuned machine for you to get optimum results. Like this video and make sure to subscribe here on YouTube so you are notified when we release future videos. And if a strategy discussion might be helpful for you and your business, you can book a call with me at spfbiz.com.